No, I'm not starting till someone says you were right about Colin Kaepernick. Say it, but don't use the N-word this time, Steve.
Black Lives Matter, Gino.
They do, for entertainment. What?
Play action fakes it to pass it in zone. Yes, touchdown.
Remember when I used to do this drunk? Hi, and welcome to Genos Picks. Yeah, another 2-2 in 1 week, but if you don't include the last 2 seconds of the Cardinals game, no one expected, and do include the asshole move Kaepernick made 2 hours prior to his scheduled tryout, workout, whatever, that everyone expected, then I went 4-1-1, because I was spot on about the joke that is Colin Kaepernick, who is less interested in ever playing QB in the NFL again, and more interested in getting to play the martyr on CNN again and again. Impressed by that, Luby? You're not listening. For the last time, Cap, you're not a martyr. A martyr is someone that dies for a cause, not dies for attention. Ha ha. And in keeping with the circus you had, your lawyer Mark Garagos go on the Adam Carolla show. That's where I get all my NFL information. The Adam Carolla show. He's a faggot.
It's Garagos.
What's that?
Garagos.
Gesundheit. To deliver a genuine, that's an old vid, I got another one in it. To deliver a genuine joke saying a couple of teams have showed interest in his client and that he thinks something will happen on this within the next 10 days. Quote, there are 2 teams I think are in the hunt. He opinionated. That's a verb. One who is legitimately in need of a QB who had a very poor showing on Sunday and has an owner that I think doesn't give a shit. Let me say this. If anyone thinks that first team could be the Carolina Panthers, as Kyle Allen is coming off 4 straight tough games and his worst performance of the season, they already have an aging, inaccurate quarterback in Cam Newton, who's a lot blacker than you. And if they go away from Allen, it will be to a more proven veteran or flat-out star, and Cap is neither. I'd love to see Phillip Rivers go there. He's from North Carolina. Get the fuck out. Start over, bring all 19 kids, load up the bus. Oh, yeah. And if it's the Panthers, what's his name? Garagos is alluding to, he's right about one thing. Owner David Tepper doesn't give a shit about Kaepernick because he said Monday the Panthers aren't interested in signing him. And why would you sign a guy? By the way, if you're a fan of Kaepernick, stop listening because I'm about to dump a shit ton of logic on you. Why would you sign a guy in Cap who couldn't learn a shrinking playbook, not penis, Garrett, over 3 seasons in San Francisco, but now he's going to learn offensive coordinator Norv Turner's playbook in a few weeks? No. And if they went to get a veteran quarterback in the offseason, you know who they could sign? Teddy fucking Bridgewater, who is 5-0 as a starter this season, which is 2 more wins than Cap has had in the last 2 seasons as a starter 3 years ago. Not to mention, Bridgewater learned 2 different playbooks since Cap last played, and the other was Norv Turner's in Minnesota. Start realizing I'm not trying to hurt you, Cap. I'm calling all the people that think you're fucking a genuine football player fucking assholes. You're assholes. I never want to hear his name again because believe me, you won't in the NFL. Now, Geno's picks.
Colin Kaepernick.
You ready? Cocaine's in there. The Giants are getting 6.5 from the Bears in Chicago. Bill just dove under the desk. If you were watching the final drive of Sunday night's Bears-Rams game, well, I can only imagine your remote control was broken. Otherwise, you would have switched over to Me TV, so you could have at least been entertained watching something you've seen over and over again. Mitch Trubisky dragging down a Bears offense that will never be any good as long as he's at quarterback. Let's face it, the only defense in the NFL that has problems with Trubisky is his fucking own, Bill. Because the first-round pick in his 3rd season continues to play like a 7th-round pick in his 3rd game, keeping the Bears' defense on the field far too long between his short drives and quick turnovers. Mitch completed just 24 of 43 attempts for a $190 with a TD and a pick before giving way to backup quarterback Chase Daniel on the final drive. But head coach Matt Nagy insists he wasn't pulled for poor play. He was pulled for a hip pointer. As you can imagine, me, Bill, and everyone else thought it was for his poor play. Hey, we were half right. He was pulled for the 1 hip pointer as opposed to the 1 play. He put up fucking points. Sorry, Chicago, but Trubisky is too soft and Daniel off the bench is too cold. Maybe a 3rd quarterback for the Bears would be just right.
Cam.
Huh? Why not? Take the G-men and the points. All right, here's your team, fucking Garrett. My next pick, the Raiders are laying 3 to the Jets at MetLife. The Raiders are coming off a bye, while the Jets are coming off the high of 2 straight wins. Yeah, over the Giants and Redskins. Still, those shit wins have the team so high that Sam Darnold is talking like someone who just is that. Talking about the 3-7 Jets making the playoffs. Who knew mononucleosis caused brain damage? Who knew? Quote, we need every win from now on because we've still got a chance. I mean, if we get on a roll here and we win out, we've got a chance at the playoffs? Darnold told reporters after the team gutted out a 34-27 win over a 2-win team led by a quarterback that was playing at Duke and not in the fucking basketball program a year ago. You know what's more embarrassing than that? The fact that the week before that, you lost, Garrett, to a winless Dolphins team. Couple that with the fact that you beat the Redskins last week, and I'm surprised you guys aren't favored in this game. Not because you've won 2 in a row, because your last 3 games have been against the Dolphins, Giants, and Redskins, and unlike the Raiders who had 1 week off, this will be your first NFL game in a fucking month. Welcome back to reality, Sammy D. Take the Raiders on the road and lay the tray. Why would I have a Browns pick this week? Remember I said I wasn't going to pick them 3 weeks ago? That was 4 picks ago. The Dolphins are getting 10 and a hook from the Browns in Cleveland. The Browns are coming off 10 days rest that they spent doing what they do best, talking about the past. Jesus Christ, even when they win, they sit there harping on last week. Sure it was, I forgot how much I like this joke. It's to leave? Good, he's not here. Sure it was easy to do that. I have a feeling no one enjoys these except me. Sure, it was easy to harp on last week. This week, what with Myles Garrett trying to scramble Mason Rudolph's brain with his own helmet? There is absolutely nothing good you can say about this unless you say, wow, look at how he's actually using the helmet as a tool. Myles Garrett is the poster child for the Browns team because they have yet to evolve into the people we thought they could be someday. Before you get all gorilla in the misty on me, people, it's not fair. Odell Beckham Jr. is exactly who we thought he would be, an overpaid player who puts up numbers as meaningless as impeachment testimony. But despite the fact he has been a colossal disappointment, he keeps feeding his own ego. Anyone see him yawning at Mike Tomlin in Thursday's game? Here's why. Turns out it was in response to Tomlin pretending to yawn in the preseason when asked how he felt about facing Beckham twice a season. Well, Beckham replied with a fake yawn of his own after a 42-yard catch Thursday night. Beckham not in the end zone. He still only has 1 TD all year. Beckham and Landry later celebrated a 1-yard TD catch in the end zone with a joint yawn. But I think it may have been an actual yawn by Odell Beckham, because other than that one catch, he had another typical OBJ game, catching 3 other balls for 18 yards. 4 catches, 60 yards. He's the non-factor. Maybe he actually did go to sleep after that catch, because I didn't see him in the game. At least I'll be able to see the Dolphins coming from behind for the backdoor cover, because these guys just sit there looking in their rear view. Take the Dolphins and let Fitzmagic put up 10.5. Let's wrap it up. Let these things get longer and longer. You're the ones that don't want me drinking, and I won't be drinking in 10 minutes with Bill and Laura. The Ravens are laying 3 to the Rams in Los Angeles. Talk about evolving. Wasn't it just last year the Rams offense was one of the most exciting things to watch in the NFL? Yeah, well, less than a year later, Sean McVay's offense seems to have been largely figured out by NFL defenses, and his team is averaging under 20 points in his last 5 games. Now, they'll be facing the Ravens, who have the most exciting offensive player in the NFL in Lamar Jackson, who, unlike the Rams offense, ready for this, has put up 20-plus points by himself 5 times this season. It's time for the NFL defenses to realize that this Lamar Jackson kid is the greatest Raven since Ray Rice, because no matter how small a box you put him in, he can really fuck you up. And by the way, it's not his fault. Women fall wrong. They get all Jimmy legs when you fucking clip them in the chin. If she falls down forward like a man, everything's fine. She gets all wonky and whacks her head on the rail. What's my point? Oh, yeah. Bitches be shopping. Take the Ravens and happily lay the field goal on the road in this one, because the Ravens have one of the best fucking defenses, too. Those are Geno's picks.